Hey folks, what's up, iyatee? So it's been a while. I've been pretty busy with other stuff other than Flintknapping stuff, and I haven't made a video in a while, and I thought I would. I've had a bunch of requests to nap one of these preforms that's with no grinding. A lot of people don't have the grinding equipment and all that kind of stuff. It's easier on me and my arthritis to grind them, but and I've kind of been putting this off. But I'm gonna try and do one here that's with no grinding. This is one of my Dalton type preforms, same ones that are available on the website. And what we're gonna do, so the idea of these is to build convexity both this way and tip to base, so it's not just a flat slab, right? So what we're going to do to start this out, get you some dust built up on your edge, and we're going to make a first row of passes. Now on the tip, these are going to come all the way across. On the tip and the base, we're going to thin those out more, and then in the middle we're going to try and leave a bit of an island in the middle on the first and maybe second pass also. Might take a minute to get. It's been a long time since I've done one like this, and I quit doing them like this because of my arthritis, what have you. I've got videos on doing this in multiple different ways, but I don't think I have a video on doing it with no grinding. Switch to a wider slot pad. If your pad's too narrow, it'll stop your flake, which might be what you want in some cases, but not here. I'm just trying to shoot some short flakes in there. You can see we're leaving an island in the middle. That's basically what we were trying to accomplish. You can see already that this tip is getting thinner than the middle. Hopefully you can see that. Alright, now we're going to do the other side exactly the same. This is way too wide for the tip. My hand pads are back available again. and I've got 2 other hand pads coming, so you'll be able to get this in my normal hand pad, and then in a wide slot, and then also in a pad just like this. And I haven't decided on these yet whether or not I'm just going to have rubber on one side, or if I'm going to put rubber on one side and leather on the other, so you got 2 different dome surfaces. I haven't decided on that. If I do it on both sides, it'll increase the price some, so. I don't have one of my wider ones there. Also, another announcement is that the Mike Tuff boppers, the cost has gotten so high to manufacture those that Mike can no longer wholesale those. So I'm not going to be carrying his boppers anymore. I'll still have all the rest of Mike's tools. No worries there, but I'll no longer be carrying Mike's boppers. I am in the process of, I've been testing my own boppers here for couple 3 weeks now, and everything's pretty good. So I'll be bringing my boppers back, new and improved and better made. This is more or less what they're going to look like, and I've only got 3 sizes right now I've been playing with. When I hooked up with Mike, I sold Mike all of my doming stuff and all that stuff, and so I had to buy all that stuff back again. It's unfortunate that it didn't work out and it didn't last very long, but I think Mike's still going to be making them. But you'll have to reach out to Mike if you want to purchase his directly. And I'm sure he'll be, I don't know, if he's doing it, he'll be making I don't know, some sort of announcement of, I don't think he's on Facebook. Maybe he is. I don't think I have him on Facebook. I need to ask him if it's okay to give out his phone number. I did give it out to one person I should have asked first, but I didn't think he'd mind. But anyways, there'll be boppers available again on the website. And now that we made the first pass, our second pass is going to come in on these deltas, and it's going to be basically the same thing over again. Still not worried about clear in the middle. We're just doing our best to create some convexity is all we're doing. Let's see. I lost the other pad already. Come from this other side. Make sure you braid your edges. How many passes it takes is kind of dependent on how thick your slab is that you're starting with. This particular slab was somewhere between 3/8 and 5/16 and 3/8. Still not trying to shoot. Some of those are going across, but or close to it, but still just trying to build a little convexity. Do the other side again. Been playing the flute quite a bit lately. I released a video of I just had a couple days in. It was going pretty good, and it still is. I was trying to do some practicing this morning. It's Saturday, and I was trying to do some practicing this morning, but both my arms and hands have been numb since last night, and I can't feel the holes on the flute. Makes it pretty tough when you can't feel the holes. I need to sharpen this up again. Forgot which side I was on. This pad's almost too wide. So we're definitely thicker in the middle than we are on the ends. And I'm going to take another row of short flakes. I'll drop down and try and use a hand flaker here. I haven't done this in a long time, so you just have to bear with me. You're basically just shaping the rock into having that convexity. And then in our last pass or two, then we'll try and get some flakes all the way across it. But these initial passes, in some of the videos you've seen me zigzag the slabs, and the biggest problem with zigzagging is you lose so much width when you do that. On a slab like this, you're going to lose a minimum of 3/8 of an inch zigzagging, and then when you do that, that can throw your whole ratio off, right? Your finished look that you want to have. Probably should have started with the hand flaker, to be honest with you. So I recently sent Crafty Patrick a big old chunk of obsidian that he's going to make a ceremonial type blade out of, or attempt to anyways. We'll all get to watch that. That'd be fun, because we all know he don't like to make big stuff. But he said someday I'd like to make a ceremonial blade out of some obsidian, and so I sent him a message and told him I'd send him a piece. It took me a while to get it together. I had to order special boxes. I'm going to be having a bunch of the, not a bunch, but I'm going to have some of those together. I'm going to have some, I'm waiting on some new blades to show up to cut them, but I'm going to have some Keokuk and also obsidian, and they're going to be big pieces that you can make. The one I sent Jack was I think it was 40 pounds. That's how big the chunk is. So these, it takes big rock to make big blades though. And I'm sure he'll have lots to make points out of and stuff out of that, but these won't be cheap because they are not easy to cut. The material's not easy to get to make stuff that big, and anyways, but they will be available for long. Okay, so we got some convexity in the piece, and I'm going to try and send some flakes all the way across it now, hopefully. Just knock some of those down. I also was at I'd take my wife to the doctor in Sherman, Texas the other day, and we stopped at the music store, and I bought a small amp and microphone so I could play my flute and have the reverb and stuff. Later I found a thing that Blue Bear Flutes has, an amplifier that they've got that attaches to any flute and stuff, and it has the reverb in it, which is pretty cool. But anyways, I got a regular amp, and okay. Now if I'm going to break it, it's going to be on this pass on this side. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Probably went about one pass too many on this thing. I did get me some additional equipment from my Starlink. I got two actual Starlink boosters, and it seems to be working much better now. So hopefully, we'll see. I may even get to do some lives. I don't know. Problem is, time is a big part of the problem, but. I just broke it. Doggone it. Too much pressure with my holding hand. Yeah, we'll still be able to save it, I think. Don't do that. We do have pretty good flaking on it though, you know, not bad. I really haven't been doing all that much napping. The last few weeks I've napped once a week with a friend of mine that's been giving me some napping lessons. And I actually haven't even had time to finish up the stuff that we started 2 weeks ago. But I'll get there eventually. All I'm doing here is coming through and running some short flakes in, trying not to hinge at all the pieces. A bit rusty on doing this. If I just broke it out. like I said, I'm out of practice doing this, so you just have to forgive me. Probably could have made one more pass to thin that edge out a little bit, but the whole point was getting pretty thin, so. I didn't practice any of this before I got started here either. So this isn't like take 5 or anything like that. I probably could have done this one, then done another one right after it and filmed it, and would have went a little smoother, but just gonna eyeball this. See about what kind of just try and get an idea of what'll look all right. travel quite as far as might have wanted it to. We're going to put an edge on it like it's resharpened. Which will be a beveled edge opposite of what the base is. Come on. And just remember, if you're doing one that's replicating heavy resharpening, you'd want to do the bevel on the blade opposite of the bevel on the base. Just getting up on that edge and pushing straight down. I'm not trying to run any flakes in, I'm just trying to give it a relatively steep bevel. And these bases are ground. You don't want it cutting your hafting area up. Let's see if I can put it against something a little darker maybe. Not much dark leather left on this. These thick buffalo leg pads are available on the website, flintknappingtraditions.com, in case you're needing a leg pad. Sharp. I put some little micro serrations in it. Not sure I've been zoomed in enough, but if I'm not, I'll try and zoom in editing. So the flutes could have been better, obviously. Mink oil on there. Yeah, it's hard to tell with the bevel, but it's thicker in the center and it's tapered on both ends, so it don't look like a slab so much. If you just have a perfectly flat, if it has the same plane all the way, then and it's hard to tell on this because I beveled it. I didn't think about that before I beveled it, but it's got a pretty good bit of convexity to it, and that's what you're trying to accomplish when you're doing this. But you don't need a grinder to flake these, and that's basically it. And it's not terrible, but it could be better. I'll have to nap a couple more like that just to get some practice in. But there's our point. Appreciate y'all watching. Sorry I was so quiet. I've just man, I've been I don't know what's happening. I've just been tired and not sleeping real good. Shoulders bothering me and everything, and it's hard to get much sleep when you're hurting all the time. But anyways, I might do another one of these today. I don't even know. I'll release this video, I'm sure, but that's it. You just want to make multiple passes and leave some in the middle. So you start with an island here at the top, and you're just leaving a bit of an island in the middle to your final passes, and then that builds convexity into the piece so that you're convex from tip to tail and side to side, so you have some convexity in the piece, so you're not looking like a slab. But there's a little Dalton point, and appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all keep napping.